Alright, welcome back to my channel for this Star Trek Rewatch. I do this every Thursday, watch one episode of Star Trek the original series, then I come here, read the entry from Alan Ashman's Star Trek Compendium, and then I give my thoughts on the episode. So here we go. The writer for this episode was Gene Roddenberry. The director was Vincent McEvity. McEvity? I think that's how you say it. The star date, unknown for this episode. Says the Enterprise discovers the starship Exeter in orbit around planet Omega 4. Its crew reduced to crystallized powder by a deadly virus. Kirk, Spock, and McCoy, exposed to the disease, beam down to the planet in search of a cure and meet Exeter Captain Ronald Tracy. Tracy believes that something in Omega's atmosphere can induce immortality in humans, as it apparently has in the planet's Asian rulers, the Combs. To assure a place for himself on this planet, Tracy has violated the Prime Directive by using phasers against the Combs' enemies, the Yangs. When the Yangs capture Tracy's village, Kirk discovers the planet Omega is the scene of a parallel evolution resembling war-ravaged counterparts of the Yangs, and the communist Combs. Yeah, this one is a little bit bonk over the head. I mean, it was the Cold War, right? Tracy denounces Kirk and Spock, implying that the Vulcan is a representative of Satan. Kirk, yeah, he pulls out this book, right? It's got a picture of a guy with pointed ears. This one is, I don't know, man. We'll see. But anyways, Kirk, however, gains the trust of the Yangs by reciting their worship words or their sacred words, right? Actually, a distorted version of the preamble to the United States Constitution. Prolonged exposure to the atmosphere of Omega cures our people of the virus, and with Tracy under arrest, they return to the Enterprise. Um, yeah, this one you could liken it to Cold War propaganda. The Yangs being the Yankees, the Combs being the communists. They have the words the E plebs, sticks or whatever, and Kirk is all like it's the sacred words. He pulls them out and he's like, we the people, right? It's silly. They have the American flag, and I don't know, man. I think the ending of this episode is absolutely terrible. It's so cheesy. Um, I laughed out loud. I did remember this one once it got going, and when the American flag came out and the music kicked in, I actually laughed out loud. It was an entertaining episode. There's a couple of really good action sequences with Kirk fist fighting with Captain Tracy, but I don't know. It's all right. It's entertaining, but I wouldn't call it good by any stretch of the means. It's kind of silly. It's essentially a Cold War propaganda piece, which I'm more in favor of the episode of Private Little War, where the Klingons were arming one side with rifles, and Kirk then armed the other side with muzzle loaders. That was a Cold War piece too, kind of talking about the Vietnam War, and I think that one worked a lot better than this. So you could almost do like a writing 101 comparison between a Private Little War and then this episode, and see why the one episode is superior and this one is weaker. Um, it was written by Gene Roddenberry. So, yeah. We do have one red shirt death. Um, I can't remember the crewman's name, but he gets blasted by Captain Tracy and disintegrated into oblivion. So that brings our death total up to 45 crewman deaths in our series running total. I I don't really have a whole lot else to say about this one. Unfortunately, I just haven't had a lot to say about these Star Trek episodes lately. There haven't been any that have really just blown my socks off as of late. Perfectly enjoyable episode. I'd call it mid. Perfectly fine. It's not great. It's not terrible. It's kind of like right down the middle. Um, it doesn't rank like I think most of the like really good episodes. It seems like they front load them in the season, right? Like, I think season 1 was probably the strongest. Season 2 had some good ones loaded on the front end, but it's kind of been weak on the back end here. I think there's one more. I don't know if it's next week. I think The Ultimate Computer. I think we haven't watched that yet. I think that's a season 2 episode. Is that next week's episode? I remember that one being really, really good. So I'm looking forward to that. But I think that's probably it, like, for this second season as we're winding down. We've got a few episodes left, and I don't think any of them are like really great, other than I remember The Ultimate Computer being really good. So I'm looking forward to watching that one. Anyways, let me know what you think about this episode below. It's kind of weird seeing William Shatner, our Canadian actor, reciting the Constitution of the United States and paying homage to the American flag. But I mean, in canon, Captain Kirk is from Iowa. So, I mean, Captain Kirk would have been born in um, the United States, at least the region in North America that was formerly known as the United States. So, yeah. Let me know what you think below. Have a wonderful day.